Hello there, I'm Rachel Scoltock and I'm going to give you a reading today for the week starting the 20th of November all the way through till next Monday. I'm an angel medium and an angel author, and I'm also an intuitive energy therapist. So today I'm using the Archangel Power Tarot deck, and I'm also using Kyle Gray's Keepers of the Light deck as well for you to give you an inspirational reading and insights. Now, during these readings, I very often will bring through a message that's not even on the cards. And because I work with angels, they love to inspire you. They love to uplift you and help you through your life. You know, we all tend to have a lot of similarities in that we go through, maybe at different times in our lives, we go through similar challenges. But also with the energies that are traveling through the world at the moment, you know, we're going through massive shifts. And those shifts are like enormous surges of light that are moving through us. And if you're sensitive, if you're able to feel those changes, it can really affect you on a deep level. You can have actual physical symptoms, you can have emotional symptoms, lots of different ways that these energy surges can affect you. On another level, when the world is going through changes, it's like mass consciousness shifts. Something happens and we learn something. Like recently, Australia voted in a public vote, they voted yes for equal marriage so that people in gay relationships can get married. And that represents a shift in consciousness when something like that happens, is that we've been asked a question and you know, the answer has gone more towards a higher consciousness, an acceptance of oneness, an acceptance of equality, non-judgmental, you know, freedom for all, peace and love for all beings. So that represents a shift, and I believe that that's what we're all doing. We're all shifting towards a higher consciousness, and you know, not everybody's going at the same pace, and that's okay, because you know we're all one. We have to go together. But when we go through those changes, if you're an empath, if you're sensitive, if you're the sort of person that can feel what other people are feeling, you can sense on a deep level if you've got a friend that's unhappy, or if you really take on those emotions sometimes, then it's really important that you learn to stay in your own skin. And by skin, I mean by your energy field as well as your physical body. So as empaths, we are compassionate. We can feel for the world. We can't do things that go against our true nature because it feels wrong. You can't be cruel, for instance. You can't be mean. You can't hurt another living being, because on a deep level, you feel, you understand that being has a feeling as well. So many sensitives at the moment are going through a difficult time because what they're doing, their natural channels, what they're doing is absorbing all of the pain and the light surges and all of the energy that's going on in the world or in their personal lives. And they're feeling it. And they're not sure what they're feeling, whether it's their feelings or whether it's more than one person, or whether it's their close friends. So what I'm saying to you is that if you're going through a tough time, lots of people are telling me that they're tired at the moment, that they're exhausted, that they're feeling a lot of emotion coming up, that they can't seem to switch off the voice in their head, the negative voice, then it might really help you to consider pulling your energy in. And whilst you can accept that you're an empath, you're sensitive, you're going to feel more than other people feel. You're sensitive. Doesn't mean that you have to feel what everybody else is feeling. It doesn't mean that you have to become a sponge and allow all of that energy to come funneling through you and send you out of your body, you know, like a helium balloon floating above your body, because you can't cope with how overwhelming it is. So what Archangel Michael is suggesting is that you come back to your physical self and say a prayer, sit in meditation just for a few moments, and imagine that your energy is like a beautiful mist around you, like a sparkling mist. And what you want to do is to draw that mist in just a little. Make it like a radiant light around you, but we're also going to thicken it a little so that it's got a shield over it. And as you thicken it, you make the statement that you are reclaiming your sacred space. You're reclaiming your body your energy, your feelings, your emotions, so that you can, rather than be distracted, you can pay attention to what your soul is saying. You can pay attention to what your angels are saying to you. You can take charge of your energy and your energy field, because just because you can feel it doesn't mean you have to feel everything that everyone else is or isn't feeling. When you do that, you'll start to feel your strength and your energy come back. Now, it might well be, if you're exhausted, you just really do need a rest. You need a break. We're at the end of the year, and it might be time for you to do an energy cleanse and have some real time out so that you can recharge your batteries. But this is really going to help. Imagine just being in the center of your energy field and being totally in touch with what you're feeling, what you want to create, and really grounding that energy in. Like, send your tree roots from your base chakra down into the earth. Imagine rooting those shoots into a big rock so that you can feel grounded into your own being. Because if your energy is constantly out with everyone else, you're constantly absorbing what everyone else is feeling, whether it's on behalf of the planet, whether it's your neighbors, your friends, you're not going to be able to focus. You're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to feel like you've got no energy, and you're constantly funneling energy out to others. And that can be a very difficult place to be. As a intuitive, as a reader, I don't read people unless I've got permission to do so, which means that they have booked a session with me and I'm spending time with them doing that. Otherwise, I don't walk around just reading people and absorbing, because I learned a long time ago that I would probably have burnt out in about 24 months if I'd have continued that kind of behavior. So as an empath, you've constantly got to be conscious of where your energy is. You've got to be conscious of what you're letting in and what you're absorbing, so that you don't get scattered and burnt out and frazzled. So there's a little bit of inspiration and advice there. Remember, as empaths, we sometimes feel what other people won't feel. So you've got to be very careful of that, because anger and other things that other people aren't feeling, aren't allowing themselves to express, can come through you. So the first card I pulled for you today from Archangel Power Tarot is the Four of Michael. Now look at that. It fits in beautiful with the inspiration that came through. This little woman angel is in the forest. She's recharging her energy. She's got the four archangels, look, in the form of lanterns. The angels are hovering around her. The light is coming through the trees. The water is flowing past her. You know, life goes on, but you have to sometimes withdraw and retreat in order to recharge your batteries. So this is really suggesting that you are going to benefit not only from pulling your energy in, but from having some real rest over the coming week. Really sort of maybe not overstressing your schedule. There's a big change coming for you. And this card is a major arcana card, so it you know, they're always very when they're like prominent underlines in the message. This is the perspective card. In traditional tarot, this is the Hanged Man, because he hangs upside down. He's looking at life, at his life, from a different perspective. And you know the saying, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. The message I'm getting with this is beware of anger. When we start to look through the world, at the world through eyes of anger, judgment, criticism, we cannot help but look at ourselves through that perspective. So it's kind of like wearing dirty sunglasses. You start to see everything with this kind of tint to it that's a little bit off. In spiritual truth, only love is real. Only love is real. So we need to be able to see with love rather than see with fear, anger, criticism, judgment, or fear, guilt. When he changes the way he looks at things, he starts to be able to see things in a different way and starts to be able to see his path. It's almost as if they're saying to you, you need time out and you need to rest, and then you need to make some changes. And part of that change is that you need to change your perspective. If something's not working for you, if your manifestations aren't working, if you're feeling stuck in life in any which way, there's a chance that what you're sending out, as in what your thoughts are focused in the wrong way. And in that mistaken thinking, it's like sending out boomerangs that come back at you. So if you are thinking angrily about things that have hurt you, things that have upset you in life, how, you know, you never get what you want, you never get what you need, you're literally sending out poisonous boomerangs that are going to come back at you and hit you. And those poisonous boomerangs are hurting you because you can't possibly create the love that you want, the money that you want, the life that you want, if that's what you're doing. That's just going to stuff everything up and it's going to demagnetize you. So the angels really wanted me to talk about anger today, and I'm going to talk a little bit more in my blog. There is a change coming, and it involves you stepping back, retreating a little, looking at life through a different perspective, turn upside down. As he's upside down, he's emptying out all of the things that are blocking him, the poisonous stuff, the resentments, the guilt, the anger, the negative thoughts. They're all emptying out so that he can start again. And the message of this also is that you don't have to do things the way everybody else does them. Stop comparing yourself to everyone else. Do it your way. The 9 of Raphael. This is perfect. I love how we go from the dark forest and the sleep, and then we've come out into the beautiful beach, the tropical beach. Look at that. And there's the genie has appeared in front of you saying, what is your wish? Your wish is my command. Your wishes are coming true. There's a joyful life coming. You need to do some clearing out so that you can see the sun again. And, you know, once you have removed the judgments and the criticisms and the anger, you will start to attract your wishes much more quickly. So it's really beautiful. Now, the last card, I did pull a card from the Kyle Gray deck for you. And this is the guide that's working with you this week. Kuan Yin. She's the goddess of compassion and of care. And I love how that on the card it says, be love. Be the love that you want, that you're craving. Be the acceptance, be the peace, be compassionate. As compassionate, sensitive beings, if you're an empath, you're sensitive, you know that you feel what other people are feeling, that you have deep care for animals and people and the planet, then that's part of God's purpose for you. That's part of your dharma. And so, you know, if you go into resentment and anger and you're absorbing all of the pain from others and you're sucking it all in and holding it into your energy field and your mind, then you can't be this. You can't be that channel for compassion because you're too cluttered up. Your tubes are all blocked up. You've got to figure out a way of how to bring it back to compassion for you. You know, you might need to change the outer exterior circumstances of your life in order to feel more peaceful. You might need to make adjustments. But Kuan Yin will help you. Kuan Yin will help you. The more that you shine that light of love on yourself and on the planet, the better things are going to feel for you. And it's about coming back to who you really are. You know, I often hear about people getting into silly battles. It might be, you know, with companies, with ex-partners, with anybody at all. You know, we all do this. We're human. And our negative thoughts get in the way and we start projecting what the other person is doing, what the other person's thinking. We might be 100% correct about what that person is thinking and what they're doing. But the thing is, once we start to contaminate our own experience with those negative, resentful thoughts, and we allow our ego to take over, and when our ego takes over, life is screwed up big time. You start thinking about winning, you start thinking about drama, you start thinking about how you can be better than everybody else, or how you can outdo people, or you start thinking about who's against you and who isn't. All of that is ego, it's mistaken thinking. And it steals our light. It steals our light. I think if there's any devil in the world, it's that. It's that tendency to want to listen to the fear voices in the head and to believe them and invest our lives in them. And the only way forward is compassion. The only way forward is to return to your true nature of peace. And if that means leaving a situation behind, leave it behind. Don't get hooked into it. From my heart to yours, angel blessings. Have a really, really wonderful angel blessed week. I hope that you get some rest. I hope that you feel completely protected and surrounded by your angels. And I'm sending you lots of love. Mwah.